All right, guys, welcome back again to the channel. So the international duty is now done and dusted. However painful and however disappointing it might be for us Nigerians, we have to, live with it and move past it, obviously. And the same thing for the players because they've now started returning back to their different club sides. I think everyone, should have already reached their destinations, in terms of their clubs right now because obviously they will have to go prepare with their teammates ahead of weekend game coming up in the EPL as well as other leagues as well. But it's going to be very interesting to see in the EPL, because all of these are players that recently joined to the into the EPL. Their club sides have games today. We're talking about Crystal Palace having a game with Sunderland on Saturday, uh, 3 p.m. Then we have a Fulham versus Leeds, 3 p.m. as well. Newcastle versus Wolves, 3 p.m. as well. So these three matches could potentially be giving debuts to Tolu Arokodare, Samuel Chukwueze, and Crisanto Zuche. This is why it's very important for for these players to make that early trip. And speaking about Tolu Arokodare, Wolverhampton Wanderers uh, actually had to send in a private jet to get the man and bring him to the club, from the South African camp. So obviously, this is some very nice gesture from the club and also shows how important this man is to their team and how they are looking forward to having him be part of the squad to play Newcastle this Saturday. But there've been a couple of interesting stories happening in and around the camp. Of course, previously I did talk about a certain press release that the NFF media people released after that South African game, where they were blaming the players, for example, say with Dessas and William Chisekong, two of the players who came under uh, massive criticisms from the federation itself, through the media, and then all of the whole backlash from Nigerians, the fans who were, throwing it back at NFF that they didn't have the right to talk like that about the players. They were supposed to be protecting the players and not, adding fire to the whole, situation. But there's the latest concerning this now is that the NFF Secretary General in the person of Mohamed Sanusi has come out to deny this press release linking to the NFF. As a matter of fact, he came out to say that whatever was written in the press release was not mirroring the NFF's beliefs. It was not, speaking what the NFF had in mind. In other words, they were not directly involved in whatever was written. That it was probably just written by their media people and then sent out to the public, that it was not expressing the opinions or the beliefs of the NFF as an entire body. And when I saw, the Secretary General saying this, and I got confused in a way. I'm now like asking, how is it even possible that the media department is writing a statement and sending it out to the public, and then the body itself, the entire body, is not aware of what was written by the media department? That doesn't make any sense. I don't think it makes any sense, if you're to look at it critically. So that's how I see it. I mean, at the end of the day, NFF make a lot of mess by, releasing something like that through their media department. And then it's already bad enough as it is. I think the next thing to do to kind of uh, try to settle the whole thing is to come out and apologize. Whoever comes out to speak on behalf of the NFF, whether it be the Secretary General or any top hierarchy, they should come out to apologize and not come out and deny that they were not in charge or they didn't know about such press release being sent out by the media team. Because, I mean, we are not children. You cannot expect Nigerians to believe that, at the end of the day. So that's what he said. But I'm just going to let you know what, the Mohamed Sanusi, the Secretary General of the NFF came out to say relating to this press release that has garnered a lot of criticisms from Nigerians. He said, I saw the release just like everyone else did. Nobody in the federation is happy with it. The NFF did not authorize that statement. We have great respect for all the players. Blaming an individual for a team result is unfair. When we win, it's a team victory. When we lose, it's also collective. No player should be singled out. It was an unfortunate own goal. His intention was to clear the ball. Anyone who knows football understands that such things happen. Our house is in order. We are preparing for the rest of the qualifiers and the AFCON in Morocco. There's no problem with our players or coaching crew. Our relationship remains cordial. The government and the NFF are proud of the players' effort. And then he concluded, I can assure you the NFF will take action on the matter. So that's what, Dr. Sanusi came out to tell us or tell the public right now, effectively denying that NFF has no hand in sending out that press release, at the end of the day. But I mean, for all it's worth, it just shows you how NFF is. It shows you the structure of the NFF, how um, how questionable it is, how hugely unreliable they are. For we to entrust football in the hands of this NFF, whereby one department doesn't even know fully what the other department is doing. One department does something and then the other ones are not even aware of what's really happening. That is what this shows right now, as a matter of fact. But at the end of the day, it's good to hear, someone higher up in the NFF coming out to say that, they don't blame the players. It's not their point of view, blah, 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 things like that. Even though we know in our minds that at the end of the day, it's all NFF's doings, the blaming of the players, the cheesy slash ridiculous, press release sense. All of these things they are from the NFL because obviously it was from their official Twitter handle. Except they were being hacked, by someone, but it's very unlikely they should have said something like that, but they didn't say it. So obviously it was the media team that sent that out. But I'm just going to progress and let you guys know what is happening right now concerning, NFF, still on NFF, but this time there was some rumor that were going online that JJ Okocha was angered by the whole situation with the Nigerian Super Eagles, failing to pick up vital points, and now we are in dire danger of missing out of the World Cup series in 2026. So JJ Okocha, based on the rumor that was circulating, said that he would run or he would contest for the NFF top position so that he can take the football in Nigeria to the greater heights where he needs to be. This was also what was circulating just a few hours ago, and then it wasn't long. DJ Kucha came out and said that no, I'm not. I didn't say anything like that. There was never a time I came out and said that I was going to contest for the NFF's top job. That those were all rumors. That he is not even in town, and he's actually in Kigali attending a very important sports development event for Africa. That people that are spreading these rumors should stop it. He didn't say that he wants to, at any point, contest uh, for NFF chairmanship position. That is what Jojo Kocha has come out to dispel right now. And it's just so crazy because there's a growing trend to this. We see some people with fake accounts spreading fake news about these players or these ex-players. If it's not about JJ Kocha, it will be about Samuel Eto'o, or it'll be about Drogba traveling from Ivory Coast to Syria A to defend Ademola Lookman, or to travel to Galatasaray to defend Victor Osimhen. All these fake posts and fake news from different uh, unidentified blogs, especially on Facebook. That's where I see them the most. We have people like this spreading this fake information, and this has to stop because it's not doing us any good. You cannot just come out and say that someone said something or someone has agreed to run for NFF presidency when in reality the person didn't say something like that or they didn't agree to that. It doesn't make any sense. At the end of the day, you're tarnishing the image of that person, saying what they didn't say, and also making yourself a criminal, making yourself criminally liable to to impersonation, because at the end of the day, if the account is being tracked and you got caught, you can go to prison for that. So it's high time that people who do these things, and especially on Facebook, that's where I see it the most. Stop it before you land yourself in jail. You know, that's my 2 cents about it. But as far as Okocha's official statement, this is what he said. Okocha is currently in Kigali right now, attending a very important sports development project. So from there, he was forced to release a statement, about this issue, where he said, "Hello, everyone. I just want to use this opportunity to say that the news and posts that have been circulating is fake. I've not said or spoken to anyone about Nigerian football or any interest in becoming NFF president. I'm currently in Kigali attending Sports Biz Africa. So I'm pleading with the people spreading false information to stop. I appreciate my people and understand the frustration we are going through, but be rest assured that better days are ahead. Let's keep believing. I know it's not easy, but we are all in this together. God bless, and please let's stay strong." So that's Okocha's message to those of you spreading fake news about him contesting for NFF presidency, because you're so desperate. You want current NFF, bosses to resign, and you want people like Okocha to be at the top. Yes, we want that as well. Me too. I want that. Most Nigerians would want that, but you cannot enforce that by yourself. You cannot come out yourself and say that this is what's happening or that Okocha has agreed, while in fact he has not agreed to that. That's where it all goes wrong. At the end of the day, you cannot move faster than your shadow, because if you do that, you're incriminating yourself, as I said before. You could be arrested and jailed for that. But that's what's happening right now. Of course, as Udesa has now received an official apology. Also, Chisekong from the Secretary General of the NFF in the statement that he shared, saying that nobody should be blamed for whatever goal that was conceded or whatever chances that was given that you know they didn't take or something like that. So no disrespect to the players. Everybody is welcomed and everybody is respected on equal ground, and that's how we go. We are focused on the games coming up in October, and then in December with the African Cup of Nations.